lot of times we think, oh my gosh, I got angry, I lashed out, it's the end of the world, I don't want to do it anymore, and we try to push it down. That's not really a great way of looking at it. Hello, pumpkins and butterflies. Welcome back. We are learning nonviolent communication and compassionate communication today again, and this is our lesson 4. So let's review what we spoke about in the last few lessons. We were talking about feelings, we were talking about needs, and we were talking about why we're feeling what we're feeling and why we're thinking what we're thinking, right? So like in the last lesson, we went back to the judgments and observations. So we're going to talk today about is anger, because we all experience it, and because a lot of times we think, oh my gosh, I got angry, I lashed out, it's the end of the world, I don't want to do it anymore, and we try to push it down. That's not really a great way of looking at it, and we're going to talk today about why anger is important, how it is this alarm clock. Somebody said in one of the books that it's kind of like that little signal on the dashboard. You want to see it, you want to know it's there, you want to notice it because you want to be able to do something about it. So it's an alert. It's something that's extremely useful for us. So let's talk about exactly what it is, how to look at it, how to work with it. Anger. There are symptoms of it that we recognize in our body. And I will invite you later on into a little bit of a meditation to learn what kind of symptoms you can feel inside yourself that are bringing you, that could serve as bringing you into awareness sooner than after you just reacted on whatever is happening. But we're going to talk about that. So the first one is symptoms within our body. Then once we recognize, okay, I'm angry, what's happening right now? Well, the next thing is to recognize what is the trigger. What is that? Remember in one of the previous courses we were talking about what is the trigger versus and the stimulus versus what is the root and the cause. So here we're coming back to that. What did somebody do? What is the trigger that's making you angry? What did somebody do? Oh, he parked in my spot, or she picked me up too late, or she didn't do the homework that she was thinking on doing, or whatever is happening. What is that stimulus? That's our next question. Rolling back from that, we recognize, remember the last class, why we think what we think, because we have unmet needs. So here we go again. Why are we thinking that why we're feeling angry? Because we're thinking something in our head. There are judgments that are happening in our head that are actually alienating us, that are they're pulling us away from the needs that we actually have, that we're not recognizing, and we're starting to wind ourselves up within our heads. So recognizing what is that judgmental statement, what is that should statement that is maybe happening, what are we telling ourselves about what we're witnessing, about what somebody did. Naming, recognizing what are we telling ourselves. That's our next step. All right, now that we are aware of what is the stimulus, something else, somebody else is doing something else, what is the cause, what am I telling myself? Then we roll back into recognizing what is our unmet need, because everything that is triggering us is actually the thoughts that we're doing, and they are judgments and assumptions that are basically just the alienating way of not addressing our own unmet needs. So what is that unmet need that's going on within you? Are you telling yourself that something is unfair? Are you telling yourself that they should be doing this, that, or the other? Roll back and try to understand. Are you needing fairness in the world? Are you needing to be seen? Are you needing to be acknowledged? Are you needing respect? Are you needing community? What are those needs? So let's go back to the list of needs that we were talking about the other class, and there's going to be a link posted to that underneath this video as well. Go back to the list of needs and try to identify those. And then once we have the stimulus, we have the root, we have the unmet need. Now we go back to request. what can we ask from this person now, instead of judging them and being angry at them and lashing out and creating all of this turmoil and saying the things that maybe we will regret later, and ultimately the things that probably will not take us to the meeting of the needs that we really care about. Now, let's take that step back and make the request. And the request can be very easy, very simple, very clear about, I wonder if you would be willing to tell me what prompted you to say those hurtful things. I wonder if you would be willing to explain to me why you left me in the store and went to be doing other things for such a long time. I wonder, right? So it's going back to that request, making it very clear, but really making sure that it's meeting your need, because perhaps your need is for clarity and for understanding. Okay, so again, the review. Stimulus is first, what are they doing? What am I thinking in my head? What is my unmet need? Let's speak about that unmet need in a way of making a clear, specific request. Right. Now let's go back to actually recognizing the anger, practicing these steps for a few minutes of our time.